On April 15th. Now this whole thing. Sabrina Schaefer, Executive Director of Independent Women's Forum, joins us, and Margie Omero, a Democratic pollster and President of Momentum Analysis, LLC. Welcome to you both.
Thanks.
So, ladies, we would not be talking about this again unless there's yet more from Reince Priebus on it this morning. Let's roll this from Fox and Friends.
Do you want to back off your statement calling Dirty Harry, Dirty Harry?
Well, there's no triple down in blackjack, but I'll triple down on my comments from yesterday. So, speaking of Las Vegas, it's just the truth. I mean, the fact, what else do you call somebody who goes onto the Senate floor and claims that someone hasn't paid any taxes in 10 years, a complete lie, uses his official office to do it, and we all get it. I mean, he's just playing this game, and, it's amazing to me that there can be any honor in a position that he holds, that he's degraded so far down the tubes. So, it is what it is. I mean, he's a dirty liar, and we're moving on. We're moving on to defeating this president and saving this country.
Moving on, but still going to talk about it. Sabrina, why continue to dignify it? Why is the RNC continuing to talk about it?
Well, I do feel like I'm a kid on a playground right now. I mean, it does seem like there's a lot of back and forth going on. But to the RNC's credit, I think they are trying to push back on a narrative that has come to dominate this campaign, one of class warfare, where the president, where Democrats in Congress, where the Obama campaign are really pitting Americans against one another, and they're using Governor Romney's wealth as sort of the focal point. But I think the reality is that Governor Romney hasn't done anything wrong. Senator Reid hasn't been able to provide any evidence to back up his claims. And as Speaker Boehner said, this is absolutely a sideshow.
So, Margie, Sabrina saying that this is a way for the Republicans to combat, as she mentioned, this class warfare argument by the Democrats. What do you think Democrats are really accomplishing through all of this?
Well, this is not about Harry Reid. We've been talking about Mitt Romney's tax returns for some time, and we'll continue to talk about him. We'd be talking about him if there wasn't this issue with Senator Reid. And here's why it's important. It's important because, first of all, what's he hiding? What's Mitt Romney hiding? He's made a political calculation that this conversation is better than whatever is in his tax returns. And then the second thing is, what does this say about his policies? And that's why this is really important.
What does it say about his policies?
There's been an independent Tax Policy Center has issued a report that Mitt Romney's tax plan would be a tax increase in 95% of Americans and a decrease for the top 5%. And then when you have him, Mitt Romney's own tax returns show that he has tax havens in the Cayman Islands and in Switzerland, it begs to question, who's he really fighting for? You have the policies plus his own personal, how he stands to benefit, taken together, show that he's not on the side of what poll after poll shows the American people want. And
that's why this is important. As this conversation has come up, there's been a few editorials that have come out that have mentioned that the reason why both sides are so concentrated on this is that neither side has really been able to define their own campaigns. Sabrina, what is the definition of the Mitt Romney campaign? Without talking about the president, without talking about tax returns, what does Mitt Romney stand for, and what is the message that's supposed to be coming out that maybe hasn't?
Right. Well, look, I'm not a representative of the Romney campaign, and I think that a lot of people are waiting to hear more of the details of his economic policy. He has talked, for instance, about bringing down government spending from 24% to 20% by the end of his first term. But one thing I wanted to respond to that Margie put out there is the idea that he's hiding something. The fact is all candidates have the same rights to privacy of their tax returns, but they do have to file with the FEC, and that does lay out their assets and their liabilities. And in fact, it sort of points a sharper light on their net worth rather than their income. So in many ways, this really exposes Romney to a lot more criticism than
Margie,
he would have if he just put his tax returns
Quick final thought from you. What defines the president's campaign that's going to make him different this time than what we've seen over the last couple years?
Well, the president's going to be talking about making America a country that's built to last and focus on innovation and education and energy and improving our infrastructure. We've had 29 straight months of private sector job growth. There's still more work to be done, but the economy that he inherited, and poll after poll shows, and the figures back that up, that the failed policies of the Bush administration got us into a mess that is taking some time to get out of.
So we'll look forward to specifics
going back to the retro policies of the Romney campaign is not the way to go.
Both campaigns. Margie, Sabrina, nice to have you both. Thank you.
Thank you.